of the steel cage. The U.S. Outlaw asked for this match. I apologize. Bjorn asked for this match, and the U.S. Outlaw obliged. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the second cage match in the history of the Premier Wrestling Alliance. These matches can be career shorteners. That is solid steel. Cyclone fencing there. The U.S. Outlaw is full of energy and excitement. I hope the fans at home are as ready and as excited about this matchup as we are here in the PWA arena. The man about to make his way to the ring, the former United States champion. Some say the U.S. Outlaw played a big part in him losing that title to Tommy Forte, the current United States champion. There he is, the Scandinavian psychopath, the Nordic nightmare, the man known as Bjorn. I don't even think they made the door wide enough for Bjorn to fit through there.
The cage isn't going to bite you. The cage is going to do what I tell it to do tonight. The cage is on my side. Yeah, you're going to learn a lesson, boy.
At this time, fans, allow me to introduce the official in charge of this last man standing steel cage match. He is senior PWA official Johnny Long.
In charge, is it? Is that what you are tonight, in charge? Charles in charge. Get a look at him, folks. He's going down after I take care of the marble sack.
Once again, fans, this steel cage match is last man standing. The man who renders his opponent unable to answer your official's count of 10 will be declared the winner. Introducing first, to my right.
That's right.
He comes from parts unknown.
You know it.
Wrestling tonight, weight unknown.
You got it.
He
you
is,
don't need to know how much I weigh.
He is the masked man, the U.S. Outlaw.
Ooh, made in America, just like this steel.
And his opponent, standing to my left at a weight of 431 pounds from Scandinavia.
I'm sending him back.
The Nordic Nightmare, Bjorn.
Now that the introductions are out of the way, Aaron Hurt is getting out of the ring. Johnny Long is closing the door.
Franchise player, I tried to get out of that cage as quickly as I could. The only thing keeping me from having an anxiety attack as I started to perspire and feel what it was like inside this ring, the only thing that was able to soothe me was the knowledge that I would quickly be joining you here, that I would get out of this cage before these two men locked it up.
Well, these two men, as you see, are starting off with a very slow and methodical pace. They have to be careful. They can't act too quick. If they act too fast and the other one gets a one-up on them, that could be doom for them in a match like this.
Well, we couldn't have made the rules, the conditions for victory any more simple or straightforward. Keep the man down for the count of 10. You're the one that gets your hand raised. You get the bragging rights. And they're going at it right here, the test of strength, the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Do not be deceived by the difference apparent at first glance in size between these two.
There's a lot of size difference. Oh! I think he bit him on the face or bit him on the ear, pulled a Mike Tyson on. There's a huge size difference. The U.S. Outlaw is one of the stronger men in the locker room, however. He has a bench press record for his high school, and he is one of the stronger men. Don't let his looks, don't let him fool you.
That is exactly the point I was alluding to, but we're seeing him show off the quickness here, effortlessly.
Trying to throw him into the cage. Bjorn blocked that one.
Well, the first time one of these men gets introduced to that cage, as you said, it's certainly not going to be very pleasant, but that's when the tenor of this match will change. That's when things will go from just being a regular match to being a war, to being something that these men would probably be put in jail for on the streets.
Well, in that cage is so close. These men, if they are thrown into the ropes, they are bound to hit this cage. There is no room for any kind of mistake in this sort of matchup. And let's not forget, the only way you can win is when your opponent cannot respond to a 10 count. How bad must you beat him down for him not to be able to get up to a 10 count?
Well, for the first time in the contest, Bjorn has been knocked off his feet with that well-executed shoulder block flying off of the second turnbuckle there.
They used to call that in the GWF a Scud missile from the shades of the Dark Patriot, U.S. Outlaw. U.S. Outlaw trying to introduce Bjorn to the cage. Bjorn not allowing it to happen yet.
Doing everything he can to prevent the U.S. Outlaw from slamming his face into that unforgiving
You've got to wear your opponent down, but once he's wore down to that point, you can use that cage to your benefit, and it is going to help in this style of match. With it being last man standing, one of these men is going to have to be carried out of here. Oh my God!
We both heard the collision.
I think we heard a rib crack, and the U.S. Outlaw is struggling down on his hands and knees, and Johnny Long starts the count.
3, 4.
Now, Bjorn doesn't have to wait for the count if he wants to. If he doesn't think he's down, he can go in for the kill, and he can try to finish him off.
And let's clarify that the wrestler does have to make it back to both feet before the referee will stop his count. Oh, my goodness.
U.S. Outlaw hit the ropes, hit the cage, and he's down.
2.
Big boot from Bjorn.
3.
No, it sounded like an earthquake hit this building here in Lancaster, Ohio. The steel cage paying dividends in the early going here for Bjorn.
7.
It's only been a matter of moments, and the U.S. Outlaw is taking the referee's count up to 7 for getting back to his feet.
Going for that big splash again. We saw that earlier. JT Hall went flying in. Now Bjorn having the same luck or lack thereof. U.S. Outlaw is going to try to take advantage of this, but he's climbing the rope.
Well, we might have an immediate problem in the fact that, these two men are hitting the cage so hard that I believe that there's a possibility of it falling apart. We've heard pieces.
Not only that, when Bjorn hit the corner, it hit the cage so hard that it knocked one of the clamps loose. This cage might not even be strong enough to hold these two men.
As much of a miracle of physics as the traditional 16x16 wrestling ring is, you add the steel cage to it, and it makes the engineering all that much more complicated. We've just got to hope that this steel cage stays up around the ring before these men are done battling each other. Again, you can hear it.
Oh, and the Outlaw takes the cage. Bjorn throws the U.S. Outlaw into the cage. Now the U.S. Outlaw's down.
Perhaps the only sound more cringe-inducing of this cage getting beaten to the point that as we said, we're hearing things we should never hear in a cage match, but that also includes the sound that the U.S. Outlaw just made. We've got to emphasize that the only way to win this match is to beat your opponent. You can't pin him.
Tripped up Bjorn.
You can't pin him. You can't make him submit. You can't escape the cage.
No way Bjorn's going to be able to be down for a 10 count from a mere trip. Maybe the U.S. Outlaw's just trying to get a breather. U.S. Outlaw climbing back up to the second rope. What's he doing?
Well, he's using that cage to maintain his balance.
Another shoulder tackle.
I was going to say, been resorting to a lot of high-impact maneuvers, a lot of maneuvers from the turnbuckle, using that extra momentum and velocity to overcome not only the fact that Bjorn clocks in over at 400 pounds plus, but he has such a low center of gravity even for a man that size. He's nearly impossible to budge. Oh, leg drop!
Big leg drop. U.S. Outlaw taking it to Bjorn.
It looked like the heel of the boot might have come down right on the throat.
Right on the larynx.
And that was no
having
accident.
a hard time breathing.
That was no accident.
That's the way this match is going to go.
I was gonna say,
these two men are going to do whatever it takes. They don't care.
The surefire way to make sure that your man is incapacitated for a sustained period of time to do something like that.
This match is not for the weak at heart. This match is not two guys in there having a good time, testing their skills and knowledge against each other. This is two men trying to take one another apart.
Well, that's the reason, as Bjorn now fires back and sits the U.S. Outlaw head first into the cage. Oh!
Takes him for a second ride.
U.S. Outlaw is reeling. But this is the reason, this is only the second time in the history of the PWA that a match of this kind has been sanctioned. Oh, throws him like a dart into the cage.
Battering rammed him right to the cage, and the U.S. Outlaw's down. I think this match is moments from being over.
It's certainly taken on an entirely different set of circumstances. You are exactly right. He's just now seemingly becoming aware of the fact that the referee's count is up to 6.
7.
3 more. He's got to get up.
8.
Oh, my God. The U.S. Outlaw's up.
This being the second time we've seen a cage match in the history of the PWA, that's not by accident. Not only are there rarely two men that want to get at each other so bad that this is appropriate, the men that are willing to subject themselves to this kind of violence, but that you simply have been left with no other choice but to risk the injury these men are both liable to face by sanctioning this match.
Well, and how do you prepare for a match like this? You can't set up a cage in your backyard and have your buddy throw you head first into it. You have to take yourself to a place deep down in your soul and prepare yourself the best you can, and I hope both of these men have done so.
Well, the U.S. Outlaw considers himself just as much of the cock of the walk in the back alleys of parts unknown as he does in the back locker room of the PWA, but he might get a dose of reality from Bjorn. Oh, gets the boot up. Oh, low blow.
Oh, but it's all legal in a cage match. Oh!
He almost took the cage down.
That cage wall flexed out when all 370, 380, 400 pounds hit it.
Oh, again, another leg drop. Full head of steam. Drop that one to the sternum. Oh, again. Across the upper body.
1, 2,
Bjorn is having a hard time breathing.
3, 4.
What are we going to do if neither man answers the count of 10, franchise player? We have to settle this rivalry here tonight in the cage. As we said, just for the health and well-being of these two men, the future careers. Not that we have any love lost for the U.S. Outlaw, but he is a human being after all. At least I think so.
Absolutely. That is why you cannot have these matches on a regular basis. You shorten the careers of your roster. You take these men out of the game, and these two men are going to be out for quite some time. No winners come out of this.
Well, they might not only just bring down the steel cage around them and us, they might bring down the entire PWA arena. Bjorn is down. U.S. Outlaw able to connect with another clothesline from the turnbuckle, but it took a lot more
7.
impact to get Bjorn down. He meaning the U.S. Outlaw, definitely seems to be sucking wind.
Yeah, the U.S. Outlaw is up, but not by much.
Well, we're practically out of breath here at ringside. It's got to be taking a toll on these men.
choking him on that second
Oh,
strand
that
of rope.
might have done damage to the eye of Bjorn. From the looks of things, I mean, there's unseen, uncountable barbs and spurs at jagged edges on this steel cage. I mean, this was not designed to be comfortable by any means. This is not the kind of thing you would put up around your backyard. This is more like something you'd put up to keep somebody from breaking into a storage facility or a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, this cage is not pretty, and it has bad intentions. Oh, Bjorn head first into the cage.
And the more...
And to the other side.
The more head first impacts...
The outlaw won't let him fall. He keeps taking him from side to side, pillar to post. Bjorn is out on his feet, and now he's just out.
Tried to grab those ropes by instinct, but not even that was able to keep the man on his feet.
Bjorn has put up a good fight, and the fight is done. He cannot get up. Bashed his head, not one, not two, not three, but 4 times. Wouldn't even allow him to fall, and now he's down. I don't know how he's moving.
6.
Well, I'm sure the U.S. Outlaws not too pleased to see Bjorn back on his feet.
U.S. Outlaw goes right back to it. Bjorn cannot take much more of this. He has got him out in offensive.
Oh, all 400 plus pounds.
Every time they hit the corner, the cage moves. Look at that, the ring shakes.
No, you can visibly, you can observe this for yourselves, fans. We don't need to describe it for you. Once again,
he blocked the suplex and then went with a low blow. Even if the referee sees it, what can he do?
Well, the U.S. Outlaw boasted that he was ready for Bjorn. He's not quite made a believer of me yet, but...
Oh, head first, battering ram. Almost knocked Bjorn off his feet himself. U.S. Outlaw is down.
Until this particular moment, you should say, and there's Bjorn not even waiting for the count. If he could win by pinfall, this match would be over right now.
That's it. Johnny Long's counting him out.
2.
But I think the U.S. Outlaw has fared a lot better than perhaps...
Wait a minute, Bjorn's coming back at the attack.
Oh, some might have felt he would, but that could be a moot point.
U.S. Outlaw, big splash twice from Bjorn.
Oh, you can hear the U.S. Outlaw struggling to breathe even through that match.
What's he done? What's he doing? Bjorn's trying to drag him into position. Oh, I think this is all bad news for the U.S. Outlaw.
It could just be a matter of time now.
Bjorn's climbing to the second rope.
Oh, it comes down off with the huge splash.
Just a squisher. Squished the life out of the U.S. Outlaw. U.S. Outlaw just making guttural moans.
That was absolutely stomach churning.
5.
I think that was sternum breaking, stomach churning. U.S. Outlaw's grabbing the rope. What's he doing?
Oh, from that sound
How
was...
is he even moving? The U.S. Outlaw's back on his feet.
Oh!
No, he's down.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this last man standing steel cage match, Bjorn!
I thought the U.S. Outlaw was going to make it back to his feet, and he just didn't have it left in him. Bjorn is your winner. Aaron Hurt, I'm going to go get a win. I'm going to go get a word with the winner.
Well, fans, I hate to resort to cliches, but I wouldn't call Bjorn a winner as much as a survivor. But he certainly looks a lot better than the U.S. Outlaw does at the moment. And say what you will about that man in the mask. He did everything he said he was going to do when he walked into that cage. But it just was not enough to get the job done against perhaps the most violent, destructive force in the PWA. The man exiting the cage to get a word with the franchise player, Bjorn. Hopefully we've got some paramedics, not just for the U.S. Outlaw, but possibly for Bjorn as well. We'll try to update you on the well-being of these men.
Standing here with your finally got the match with the U.S. Outlaw that you wanted. I hope we can now put this feud to rest. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Bjorn, we'll let you get to the back and get yourself tended to medical care.
Well, there you hear the comments from our winner, Bjorn, franchise player in the ring. We're going to see if we can ascertain the condition of the U.S. Outlaw.
Aaron, I'm in the ring with the U.S. Outlaw. Outlaw, I gotta say, for all the naysayers out there, for all the detractors on the U.S. Outlaw, we gotta give it up for you because you put up one heck of a fight.
Are you trying to give me credit for something? Is that what you're doing? Well, guess what? I don't need anybody's credit. The noises escaping my body are not that of pain, but of disappointment. Bjorn! Even the sun shines on a dog's butt once in a great while. And boy, you whooped me tonight. You whooped me good. You took me out back and you put the boots to me. You better savor the flavor because it won't happen again. And out of my good ear, Chris Cruitt, my good one, I heard everybody throw a party saying it's all over and said and done. The Outlaw's been put to bed and Bjorn gets to move on to greener pastures. Well, you can milk him all you want, but I'm not done. I got what I wanted. I took a piece. I took 7 pounds of flesh from that boy, and he took 10 of mine, and I guess I'm going to have to settle up with him come 3 months of Sundays. Woo! But for now, I guess it's long live Bjorn.
U.S. Outlaw with a lot to say. It doesn't seem like anything's been settled here for him. Fans, we'll see you next week.